DETV News is brought to you by DART, Delaware Public Transit Service, moving you forward.
Census data is out. We'll tell you which county has grown the most and what the numbers mean for legislative districts around the state. Will Newcastle County lose out?
Plus, school districts across Delaware are dealing with the fallout from a recently announced state mandate that all children in grades kindergarten through 12th grade wear a mask while in school. We have the details.
Those stories and your local sports and weather are ahead. Stay with us. Hello and welcome to DETV News, your trusted news source. I'm Lauren Wilson.
And I'm Matt Ford. Thanks for being with us today.
After a COVID-related delay, new census data shows Delaware has grown by 10% over the past decade, but it missed the 1 million mark. And that means losing a second seat in the House of Representatives by 10,000 residents. Right now, Lisa Blunt Rochester is Delaware's lone U.S. representative. The fastest growing county in the state is Sussex, with a 20% population increase since 2010. Kent County saw a 12% growth, adding 20,000 residents. And Newcastle County saw an increase of just 6%. Detailed population breakdowns are being sent to local and state governments to begin the redistricting process ahead of the 2022 elections. State legislators have until November to draw new election lines based on population movement. Delaware House Speaker Pete Schwarzkopf said Wednesday it's too soon to tell if the numbers will result in a loss of election districts for the northern portion of the state and a gain in the south. The speaker also said details on the redistricting process and how residents can review it and can make suggestions would be coming out shortly. Delaware has 41 state legislative districts and must remain roughly equal in population, follow natural boundaries or major roads, and keep communities together whenever possible.
The mask debate disrupted operations for the Brandywine School District Monday night when officials canceled a board meeting because some in the audience refused to don a mask. Cheers and booing broke out in the crowd of about 75 people when board president announced the meeting would be postponed.
Excuse me.
Order, please.
This is not the way we conduct business in the Brandywine School District. Parents, excuse me. Excuse me.
We would have loved the opportunity for everyone to be heard this evening during public comment. That is your time to be heard.
Please be respectful.
Those without the face coverings had been asked earlier to comply with the state-issued guidelines that masks be worn in all school buildings. It was unclear whether the group was parents or a district of anti-mask demonstrators that have been calling for people to attend school board meetings around the state. Concerned that demonstrators might disrupt their meeting, the Appoquinimink School District had extra security on hand when they met last week.
Another video features a 10-year-old boy explaining to his school board why masking is a complete misery for he and his classmates. There, like-minded local parents like us can join together and push back against these baseless restrictions. And if you think you're going to mandate experimental vaccines for little kids, you're out of your mind.
Masks were also discussed during the public comment period at the Cesar Rodney School Board meeting this week as well. A large crowd also gathered at the Red Clay School District meeting just last night. That district had taken extra precautions, said Superintendent Darrell Green. Now, he said the district had also had extra masks on hand and would ask people to comply with state guidelines as required. In other school-related news, the Appoquinimink School District is in desperate need of school bus drivers. The shortage is so bad that the head of transportation worries that some children will have to be driven to school by their parents, despite a hefty incentive being offered to would-be drivers.
The bus driver shortage in our district and throughout the state of Delaware, and frankly nationally, is nothing new. With the pandemic and the aftermath of what we're trying to deal with and get back to, it's been exacerbated.
Apo isn't alone. School districts all across Delaware and the nation are seeing a severe shortage in drivers. It seems many older drivers aren't willing to get behind the wheel anymore because of the COVID pandemic.
Lawmakers may soon put the brakes on what's been a popular longtime underground auto show in Newcastle County known as the Kirkwood Cruise. For years, owners of vintage and tricked-out cars have gathered in parking lots along Kirkwood Highway to show off their vehicles. While these cruises have gone without incidents in the past, police say last weekend's event became downright dangerous when drivers performed multiple burnouts and drag races that led to a violent crash. Paramedics and firefighters were called to the scene shortly before 10:30 p.m. to extradite 2 people trapped in an overturned vehicle. Multiple people were injured and 3 were taken to the hospital. One 22-year-old woman was left in serious condition. Police arrested a 25-year-old Wilmington man for driving under the influence and aggressive driving. The unruliness of the event and others like it captured the attention of some state lawmakers who want to meet with police, the attorney general, and the governor. State Representative Kim Williams said this year's cruise caused chaos in the community, so she's exploring ways to make the event safer. State police are now reviewing videos and ask anyone with more video or information to come forward.
The number of doctor visits conducted via telehealth exploded during the pandemic, with some healthcare providers such as Nemours DuPont Pediatrics seeing a 2,400% increase in telehealth services. Concern that remote visits have not been available at the same level to lower income families with children, Senator Tom Carper and Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester have introduced legislation which would expand these options to Medicaid and CHIPS program participants. The Telehealth Improvement for Kids Essential Services Act would provide states with guidance on how to increase telehealth services, study the impact of telehealth on Medicaid, and community expand telehealth opportunities into early care school settings. The 2 lawmakers attended a demonstration of telehealth services provided by Nemours at a Wednesday afternoon press conference in which Senator Carper spoke of the critical need to expand these services.
This will make a real difference in the lives of people, kids especially, and it's going to strengthen families.
A brazen drive-by shooting sent a teenage girl to the hospital. It happened near the Christiana Mall. Delaware State Police said the shooting occurred around 12:30 Sunday morning. Reports indicate 3 teens were headed north on 95 near the Churchman's Road overpass when they heard what they thought were rocks hitting their car. A window then shattered and the 17-year-old was hit in the shoulder. The teens were unable to describe the car or any suspects. Anyone who may have witnessed the shooting or who has information should contact authorities by calling 834-2620.
Many here in the First State are watching recent events in Haiti with great concern after a deadly earthquake struck the Caribbean country on Saturday morning. The worry hits closer to home for DETV's own Donnie Bouzali-Smith.
Hi everyone, I'm here today talking about a different topic than I typically share on this show. On Saturday, August 14th, the southern part of Haiti was hit by a 7.2 magnitude earthquake. I am a first-generation American, and this earthquake hit my family's hometown of Lekai fairly directly. Days later, Tropical Storm Grace brought heavy rains causing flooding and mudslides, further impeding rescue efforts and access to much-needed resources. At the time of this broadcast, over 1,900 people are dead and over 7,000 people are injured. The losses to come are immeasurable in a country that was not close to being recovered from the 2010 earthquake and the recent political unrest due to the assassination of the Haitian president in July. While I do not have immediate family remaining in Haiti, my heart breaks hearing stories from my cousins and their families of houses totally decimated, entire families just gone in minutes, and the aftermath of people sleeping outside or in their cars for fear of their homes collapsing after surviving the initial earthquake. Now, some people will be surprised to learn that Haitians number as high as 15,000 strong in the state of Delaware, with most residing in Sussex County. I had the opportunity to speak with Pastor Livingstone Marcelin of the Blades First Haitian Church of God near Seaford, where he shared what he's hearing about the on-the-ground recovery efforts and what is needed for those that are interested in donating or helping in some capacity.
I think it was different in the timing, and that changed a lot of things. For example, the 2010 one hit Port-au-Prince when everybody was coming out from work, which means a lot of people had arrived home. They were just getting home, getting ready, like to settle down for the afternoon. That one happened early morning Saturday at 8:30. That changed in that sense that most people at that time were out of their houses. There was nobody really that would sit home on that Saturday morning. That was a major factor that changed the deal on numbers. In the areas that were hit badly, except the major city like Lekai, Jérémie, those cities are built differently because most of them are still old houses or wooden houses, which mean less damage in the sense of people can get hurt, but killing people, that's a little bit different. The biggest problem that the Haitian community is confronting right now is they have in memory what happened in 2010, like things that never make it there. What was done until now. I've been trying to enter in contact with pastors around here to know if they have contact in Haiti, because from here in southern Delaware, most of the Haitian community is from the north, because 2010 went so bad that nobody really want to go through either of those systems. Now it's like everybody is trying to find a something outside of that, and outside is I cannot say that I know one. It's like we are still searching for one. I'm still searching for one. I call a friend in Wilmington that usually work with different organizations. He told me that he's in the same process of trying to find one. It's like we are all trying to find one and to create that umbrella where we could bring whatever together and send it at once directly to the South without having to go through the government or through any international organization. I think the whole community is praying for Haiti now. My community is praying. I know that we are praying, and by the grace of God, we will survive.
One caveat for those interested in donating aid is to ensure you are working with reputable organizations that you have researched. Unfortunately, much of the aid received after the 2010 earthquake did not reach Haitians in terms of rebuilding homes, schools, or the economy. I will end by sharing that while Haiti is often in the news for being the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, we are rich in pride for our history as the first Black free republic, rich in pride for our culture, have you tasted our food, and rich in spirit. Our motto is La Union fait la force, which literally translated means unity makes strength. And it is together, united in strength, Haitians will rebuild once again. I'm Donnie Bougely Smith. This is your Health and Wellness Report for the week. Au revoir, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Donnie. Everyone here at DETV News wishes your family the best. Turning now to COVID news, state workers and staff in long-term care and other healthcare facilities will be required to get COVID-19 vaccines or undergo regular testing beginning September 30th. That's when the state's requirements offer a choice between vaccination and testing. Federal guidance calls for employers to require vaccinations, and several Delaware employers have done just that, including Capital One and Highmark, among others. Governor Carney imposed a mask mandate for all public and private school students and staff, which went into effect this week. The mandate also extends to child care homes and centers and for children in kindergarten and older. State employees and visitors to Delaware government facilities must wear face masks indoors starting Monday. Stay with us. There's more news ahead.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
I thank God for my life. For the stars and stripes, may freedom forever fly. Let it ring. Salute the ones who died, the ones that give their lives, so we don't have to sacrifice all the things we love.
Thank you, and welcome home.
Like our chicken fries.
Welcome back. If you're headed to Firefly, listen up. Festival organizers announced attendees must show proof of vaccination or a recent negative COVID test in order to attend. Organizers say that policy could change if infection rates and transmission of the virus improves or if local officials make objections. But for now, bringing your proof of vaccination or COVID test is a must. What happens if you forget? The organizers answer: tie a string to your finger to help you not forget, because if you do, you won't get in.
And streetlights in Wilmington are getting an upgrade. City officials and Delmarva Power announced Phase 2 of Connect Wilmington will begin this October with the installation of 2,200 new smart LED streetlights by early 2022. In this phase, the brighter and more energy-efficient lights will be placed throughout the east side of the city. The lights are equipped with special equipment that allows Delmarva Power to control the brightness and the timing of the lights remotely. Plans are underway in all 6,800 Delmarva Power light-owned lights in the city by late 2022.
The Protect Our Care bus tour rolled into Wilmington on Tuesday. It's a national campaign designed to lower the price of prescription drugs and increase health care for all. It includes expanded care and the ability to negotiate drug prices with pharmaceutical companies in a $3.5 trillion proposed federal spending plan recently released. Healthcare advocates from around the country joined Delaware's elected officials at the riverfront to tell their stories.
I am a cancer survivor, and the Affordable Care Act saved my life, but too many people don't have access to the kind of health care that I was able to get. And so that's millions of Americans that are suffering every year without it.
The budget reconciliation bill is expected to be hashed out in Congress over the next several weeks.
Drivers can expect heavier than usual delays this weekend on Route 1 in Dewey Beach for the annual Running of the Bull Festival. Route 1 northbound and southbound traffic will be stopped from 2 p.m. for runners. DelDOT says they can adjust their travel routes for travel times by using the DelDOT app. For additional information on the Running of the Bull Festival, visit therunningofthebull.com. Speaking of Dewey, when you aren't stuck in traffic, you're going to need to slow it down. Commissioners voted unanimously to lower the town's speed limit from 30 to 25 miles per hour. Officials say this will be a year-round policy, not just for the summer season. Town officials will now work with DelDOT to get approval and implementation of road signage.
Coming up, Nick Alessandrini will be here with your local sports coverage, but first, here's a look at your local forecast. Stay with us.
Thank you.
Kindness. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
And welcome back inside DETV News. I'm Nick Alessandrini. I would like to start today by saying good luck to all those beginning their fall sports camps this week, as we are just around the corner of our local high school sports returning to us here in the First State. But let's start with our Little League champions, and that is Canal. Canal had their season come to an end on Friday night after a very tough loss to Toms Rivers, New Jersey in the Mid-Atlantic Region semifinal. Canal did hold a 3-0 lead thanks to a home run and 2 RBIs from Matt Rice, but was unable to hold off a 2-out rally from New Jersey, where they scored 6 runs in the 6th inning to punch their ticket to Williamsport. Canal finishes with a record of 2-2, and overall a great performance from our Delaware champs and representatives of the First State. Congrats, Canal. The Grail Sports Complex has announced that their basketball summer league that was postponed in early July will now become the Grail Summer Shootout. The shootout will be a 2-day summer league basketball event that will take place this weekend on Saturday, August 21st and Sunday, August 22nd. Check out local teams like Sally's, Middletown, Howard, Sanford, Caravel, and William Penn battled out with tough out-of-state opponents such as Archbishop Bryan, Emotep Charter, Newman Goretti, and Archbishop Wood. You can check out all the action at the Grail Sports Complex with a $5 admission, or if you can't make it, you can catch the game's live stream on Delaware Live Sports. Now, many of us know what Bones can do here in Delaware, but now the rest of the country is also starting to find out. Nashawn Bones Highland wrapped up his 2021 Summer League and NBA debut on Monday with the Denver Nuggets in a 94-87 win over the Bucks. In 4 games with the Summer League Nuggets, Bones averaged 20 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. Bones shot 46.5% from the field while shooting 40% from 3. Highland will look to make the Nuggets rotation this upcoming fall. The Birds are back on the field tonight for preseason game 2 of 3, and this time they will meet with the New England Patriots. The Eagles have held joint practices with the Pats all week this week, and reports out of training camp paint the idea that the Eagles have had a great week working against New England. One trending video from camp on Tuesday in Philly showed second-year wideout Jalen Reagor making an absurd catch in the end zone during one-on-ones. You can see that here, and some are calling it the best catch of camp so far. You'll also get a chance to see local product Andre Patton, who had 3 targets and a catch for 13 yards in the preseason opener against the Steelers last Thursday. Tonight's matchup of the Birds-Patriots is set to kick off at 7:30 p.m. And before we head to our top plays, we would like to congratulate Middletown senior defensive end Tomiwa Durage for announcing his commitment to the University of Kentucky. Durage was an all-state defensive end selection last season and will look to make an immediate impact in Lexington. Now it's time for our top plays of the week, courtesy of Delaware Live Sports, and we again are going back to the fall with 3 more great plays. Getting us started at number 3, we're going to go to Cape Henlopen for Henry D'Ambrogi and Javon Burton. Check out the double reverse pass here. Hand it off back to the quarterback, D'Ambrogi, who's going to launch it deep to Javon Burton in stride, makes the catch for the touchdown for Cape Henlopen. Big play last year, and they'll be looking for similar success this fall. On to Ursuline, Haley Velasquez, Ava Panuto, and Maria Kennedy. This is one of the best volleys we saw all of last year during volleyball season. Ursuline, again, you're going to see them try to get the point. A tough battle. Back and forth they go. And you're going to see Ursuline with a huge play in about a second. This time they're going to get it cleared over the net. And it's going to take a phenomenal play from Velasquez to run it down back in the air. Here comes Panuto, one more, and then Kennedy able to hit it back over the net and gets the point. One of the biggest volleyball plays of last year, and it was a good one for Ursuline. On to number 1, our top play. It's a double dose of dimes from Nair Wilson and St. George's, Tyreek Martin and Lamar Burton. You're going to check it out here. Wilson going to roll out right. Fire crosses body deep down the sideline, finds his man Tyreek Martin in the end zone for the big-time touchdown. But St. George is not done yet. See Nair Wilson again, this time going to take the snap, and he's going to find a different player here. Here comes the pressure as he sits in the pocket, going to roll out, and then find his running back, Lamar Wright, out of the slot, deep down the sideline, who makes the catch, and he's going to show off the speed, take it the rest of the way. A double dose of St. George's as your top play this week. And that'll do it for this week. Make sure you stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
Don't you want to love the rooms you spend the most time in? Whether it be the kitchen, bathroom, or your home office, Bath Kitchen and Tile is here to help with your remodeling needs. We offer a complete, unique array of ever-changing complete room displays. We also feature the best quality products made by top-of-the-line manufacturers you know and love. We are the only remodeling and design company you will ever need. Give us a call at 1-800-673-3179 or stop by one of our showrooms today.
Welcome back. A successful summer jobs program for Wilmington young people just wrapped up, and city officials are readying to expand the program year-round. The Youth Career Development Program offers eligible residents from 14 to 21 internships and entry-level jobs at numerous areas, businesses, and organizations. The program is a partnership between the city's Parks and Recreation Department, the Delaware Department of Labor, and Bank of America, which provided a $100,000 grant. To be eligible, young people must live in the city, complete an online registration, and undergo a background check and drug screening. Applications for the year-round program will be available on the city's website in October.
With promises of more community events to come, more than 90 Amazon employees fanned out over 3 Wilmington parks Monday for a day-long cleanup. Employees of the global giant joined Wilmington Parks and Recreation staff to rake, pick up leaves and fallen branches, as well as mulch at the Kirkwood Park, William Judy Johnson Memorial Park, and Christiana Park. Great job, everyone.
Yeah, we're looking to get involved, and part of being a local employer is getting involved with the local community. Amazon looks to make a positive impact on those around us. We're going to be hiring over 1,000 people to join our facility and pulling right here from local community.
In more Amazon news, the e-commerce giant is looking to hire an additional 500 people to operate its nearly completed Boxwood Road facility, and for a limited time is offering signing bonus of up to $3,000. The company has hiring events every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 364 Justin Street on the riverfront. Jobs available include package sorters, technical positions, and some leadership roles.
So right now, Amazon is launching the Boxwood facility. It's going to be, just for kind of a size, it's about 640,000 square feet, and it's about 17 football fields at over 5 stories tall. We're going to be hiring over 1,000 associates to join our team.
Amazon is paying a minimum of $16.25 an hour. The signing bonus will be offered to employees who start work before October 10th. Employees must be 18 years of age or older and have a high school degree or GED. The Boxwood Road facility, the site of former General Motors plant, is slated to open sometime in the coming weeks.
And owners of downtown Wilmington's Bardeo restaurant cook live on the Today Show this week. Executive chef and co-owner Antimo DeMeo grilled steak with corn on the cob and then showed how to turn the leftovers into a summery salad. The grilling segment was initially scheduled in late May, but it was postponed because of rainy weather. So locals are glad the national show decided to return to Market Street. Matt, you can find that recipe on the Today Show's website.
Gotta look for it. And finally, a bit of Delaware history will forever be a national highlight. The United States Postal Service featured the Harbor of Refuge Lighthouse in Lewis on its latest series of American lighthouses. This week, U.S. Senator Tom Carper, Lewis Mayor Ted Becker, and others got together to celebrate the inclusion of the still functioning 70 feet tall lighthouse in the series. The mayor hopes highlighting the Lewis landmark will help draw more recognition to the region as the stamps are distributed, and that could mean more visitors who want to check out the scenery. I love the scenery down in Lewis, but I haven't seen the lighthouse down there.
I haven't seen the lighthouse, but I do love to see the shops, so that's my
There
thing.
you go. Well, let's head there, but we'll head to Bardea first.
Absolutely.
It looks like
Absolutely.
good recipes. Well, thanks so much for joining us. That's our show for the week. Thank you so much for watching.
And we'll see you next time.
DETV News is brought to you by DART, Delaware Public Transit Service, moving